Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this week's video, we're going to talk about quiet luxury fashion and styling. If you're interested in developing a quiet luxury style, then this is going to be the guide for you. This video contains 10 tips and tricks on how to achieve the quiet luxury style. I really hope you will enjoy this video and that you will find it helpful. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Quick disclaimer before we get into the video. This is my opinions, this is what I'm thinking. If you're not okay with it or if you have a different opinion, that's totally fine. You can of course leave a comment down below and talk about your opinion, but please be respectful and kind if you do so. Tip number 1 is minimal to no logos. This is kind of the quiet aspect of quiet luxury. The focus is on quality and the design of the item and not what brand the item is from. In the quiet luxury world, there is a big emphasis on understated elegance and just avoiding visible branding. If you can't live without logos, go for something that's more like smaller and not in your face. For example, I really like the Ralph Lauren logo. I think it looks very pretty. And in my opinion, it's not too big of a statement. So I would say you could get away with wearing these, but just don't wear things that have like big patches or, I don't know, really big in your face logos on it. I just would stay away from it if you're trying to achieve a quiet luxury style. Tip number 2, neutral or muted color palette. This means prioritize neutral tones. So for example, blacks, grays, whites, creams, beige, all of these kinds of colors do look very elegant and understated. Avoid bright or flashy colors, for example, just neon colors. Okay, that's quite extreme because neon is always very in your face. But even like, I don't know, very colorful blues, reds, greens, they all are just too attention seeking. So I would stay away from these to maintain a timeless and refined look. If you want to go for colors, I would go for quite neutral colors. So for example, a navy is quite nice, maybe a dark burgundy, pastel colors, just nothing that's too extroverted, I would say would be fine. But the easiest way to achieve the quiet luxury look is definitely by going for black, white, off-white, beiges, these kinds of colors. Tip number 3, invest in high quality fabrics. This tip is something that's very close to my heart. I try to only buy natural materials. So this is tip number 1 from me. Try to only go for natural materials. They're going to last really well. They feel better on your skin and they also just look better. Luxurious fabrics just give your clothes a premium look and feel, which in my opinion really makes the clothes stand out without having any logos on them. For example, let's take this shirt. This is made from 100% silk. It wasn't crazy expensive. I think it cost me maybe €100. It's from Lily Silk, which I would really recommend Lily Silk as a brand to you to get your silk pieces from. They don't have any logos, so you will be able to see I don't have any logos on this. It is just the most gorgeous silk material. It is so nice to wear. It's so soft on your skin. It falls and drapes beautifully. And yeah, it's really not that hard. I mean, it will cost you more money than just going to H&M and buying like something for €20 or a shirt for €30. Yes, it will be more expensive, but it won't break your bank like crazy. It's not going to cost you €1,000 or 500 or whatever. You can get a very beautiful, decent silk blouse for €100, and that is, I would say, achievable. And same goes for all of the other materials. Cotton is not that expensive. You can get great cotton pieces, for example, from COS. I love my cotton COS pieces. They don't have any logos on them either. They are quite affordable actually, and they do look very nice and they're well made. So I love my COS pieces. If you keep your eyes open, you will find brands that do high quality premium fabric pieces for not that big of a price tag. So just keep your eyes open, have a look around, and you will find these items and it will definitely be worth it. I love my clothes not just because of the fit or the design. I also love them because of the fabric, and I think that's really important and also very important for dressing quiet luxury. Tip number 4 is go for classic cuts and tailoring. When you're going shopping, try to opt for classic silhouettes with clean and elegant lines. The pieces you choose should fit well but remain modest. This is something people can get upset about, but I personally think that like a very low cleavage or a very short dress just don't look very elegant. I know some people are a different opinion and that's totally fine, but for me personally, I just don't think these are elegant, and I think elegance is a very big part of dressing quiet luxury. So for me, I try to pick clothes that are not too tight, not too revealing, or that are not too trendy, because a lot of trends just have a very short life. So I just really wouldn't invest into trends unless the trend is quite classic and elegant and timeless. Then you could invest in something like that. But if it's something that you already know will not stand the test of time, just stay away from it. I think it will save you a lot of money, and invest in pieces that you know will be fashionable and elegant and timeless in many years to come. Great items to invest into are, for example, simple shirts. They can be made from silk, they can be made from cotton or linen, but just having a few beautiful shirts in your wardrobe is going to serve you for years and years to come. Other pieces that fall into this category could be blazers. I personally would go for a little bit more of an oversized look, because quiet luxury does look elegant, but it has like this effortless touch to it. So going for a blazer that's slightly oversized really does help with the look. Shirt dresses are another item I think is very timeless. Wide leg woolen trousers, trench coats, beautiful tailored coats, all of these items are things that really will stand the test of time. So definitely go out and invest in these pieces if you want to build a quiet luxury wardrobe. Tip number 5, minimalistic jewelry. Choose subtle, high quality pieces, for example, little gold hoops, dainty chains, or minimalistic watches. I also love wearing very dainty rings, and I try to go for quite high quality jewelry, such as I try to buy either real gold, or I try to buy gold vermeil pieces instead of plated pieces, because the gold vermeil pieces are supposed to have a thicker layer of gold on them. So I try to go for these two options, but preferably go out and buy like the real thing, the real material, the gold or the silver, whatever one you prefer. Reason for that is the gold pieces will not lose their color. They might get a bit scratched, but you can always get them cleaned and polished up. And the gold vermeil pieces will probably get a bit tarnished over time once the gold comes off, but they should have quite a long life and should look nice for quite a long time. So I would always go for the highest possible quality you can afford. Avoid flashy and oversized jewelry. Keep your jewelry choices understated. It's the same with logos. You don't want to bring everyone's attention to the piece of jewelry. Your outfit is just supposed to build a nice cohesive picture, and nothing is supposed to be like in your face popping out of it. So just go for minimalistic jewelry. And I would also say don't wear too much jewelry. So for example, even if your rings are really dainty, if you're wearing too many of them, it still looks quite a lot on your hands, and it will draw the eye to your hands, and it just feels a bit too flashy and a bit too much. So I think it was Coco Chanel who said when you're leaving your house or your flat, you should always take one accessory off, just to make sure you're not over accessorizing. So yeah, maybe just take one piece of jewelry off when you're leaving the house to make sure you're not over accessorized. Tip number 6, focus on fit and quality over quantity. This is again something that's very close to my heart. Just prioritizing fewer high quality items over having a large humongous wardrobe with things that maybe aren't of good quality. If you have the budget, you could obviously build a big wardrobe with high quality clothes, but if you're like me and you don't have the kind of money for that at the moment, then definitely really think about the purchases you make and prioritize quality. I can't stress this enough. It's gonna serve you well in the long run. Every item you buy should be versatile, comfortable, and durable for long-term wear. That's very important. Go for pieces that look very well made, that are made from good high quality materials, and then you should be good to go. Just don't go for low quality, because normally they are quite cheaply made, and don't go for very delicate things if you don't have a big wardrobe and you'll have to wear the items quite often. And something that's also really important is get your clothes tailored. If you buy a piece of clothing and it just doesn't fit like 100%, I would definitely recommend getting your clothes tailored. For example, shortening trousers, skirts, dresses is really not that expensive, but it will make a huge difference. Just check out your local tailor, ask them how much they would take for the alterations you've been planning, and then decide if it's worth it for you or not. The clothes that are tailored to your body will just look so much more premium and higher quality because they fit. Don't underestimate a clothing item that fits perfectly. It will make a huge difference. So I would highly recommend getting your clothes tailored if they don't fit you 100% perfectly. Tip number 7, look for subtle detailing. Look for items with fine stitching, subtle textures, and carefully crafted elements. Quiet luxury is oftentimes found in the details that showcase the quality of the garment. For example, hand-finished hems or functioning buttons on blazers, or if you have a look inside of jackets or blazers or trench coats, how are the pockets done? Are there a lot of pockets? You can definitely tell the difference of a garment by what it looks like inside. So oftentimes when clothes are made cheaply, you will definitely see it on the inside because that is something that other people won't see. You will just see the exterior of a garment when you look at someone, but the person who puts it on, who wears the clothes, will see the inside. So if the producer of the clothing item did put attention to the inside of a garment, that is a telltale sign that the clothing item is probably high quality, and that is definitely something you should look out for when buying clothes for your quiet luxury wardrobe. Tip number 8 is well-maintained and pressed clothes. That's something I do struggle with, not with the well-maintaining part, but with the pressing of my clothes or steaming. I am a bit lazy when it comes to that, but if you want to look very elegant and chic and just get that quiet luxury look, you should definitely press and steam your clothes so they don't look wrinkled. You could have the most beautifully high quality garment, but if it's wrinkled, apart from linen does wrinkle, and in Germany we say it wrinkles elegantly. So wrinkles in linen are an exception. But for other clothing items made from cotton, wool, silk, you should definitely press them and they will look a lot better and a lot more high quality and premium. And I mean, that goes without say, but you should wear clean clothes. So definitely wash your clothes. I think that's quite obvious, but also you should take care of your clothes. For example, bring them to a dry cleaner to get them cleaned regularly, or when you have delicate items like silk, maybe hand wash them and dry them according to how they are supposed to be dried. Don't hang your silk pieces into the sun to let them dry. These are things you should definitely consider when caring for your clothes, and also take care of your accessories. For example, shoes. Make an effort to clean your shoes regularly, to polish them, to give them moisture when they're made from leather, to use suede spray on your bags and shoes. All of these little things will definitely make a difference in your appearance. I would also recommend using cedar wood trees because they will not only help prevent your shoes from getting a bad smell, but they also help your shoes to keep and maintain its shape. We all know these wrinkles in your shoes in the front from where like your toes bend and the shoe gets bent. A shoe tree does help with these, so if you don't own any, I will link some down below for you to check out. These are the ones I use and I'm very happy with them. So yeah, get yourself a shoe tree if you don't have one. Tip number 9 is go for footwear and bags with subtle designs. I would opt for shoes and bags that have a very classic minimal design and are not overly embellished. Again, focus on good materials, preferably natural ones. So go for good leather goods. My favorite brand for elegant shoes is actually Carmina Shoemaker. I love their shoes. They are so timeless. They're so well made. I've got a pair of boots that I've owned for 3 years and they are in such good condition. So the quality is amazing and all of their shoes are so minimally and elegantly designed. It's just really my favorite brand for just these high quality footwear items. And for bags, there are a lot of high quality mid-priced bag brands out at the moment. I feel like they're popping up from everywhere. I've seen a lot of people talking about Pelen or Demilier or Cafoon, I think. Yeah, there are just a lot. And they do all seem to have very beautiful, timeless, minimal designs. So at the moment, I'm really tempted to get a bag from Pelen. the numero 10 because I just think it's such a beautifully made bag and I feel like it really would fit into my wardrobe. But there are so many elegant bag options out there that would be perfect for the quiet luxury aesthetic. What I would stay away from is very chunky accessories, for example, very chunky boots or just shoes with a high platform heel, and bags is the same thing. Just don't go for clunky big bags with a lot of hardware on it or with a lot of embellishment or design or pattern. Just go for plain colored bags, high quality leather, and just a minimal, subtle design. And I will guarantee you will achieve the quiet luxury style. And tip number 10, go for classic patterns, if any. So best case scenario is no pattern at all because that is very understated and just looks very minimal. But if you want to go for pattern, I would recommend the classic ones. For example, houndstooth, stripes, maybe a check pattern. These are very classic patterns, so you should be good to go with them. Definitely avoid bold prints. They are not very timeless and they again just attract attention. That's something you don't want. You don't want attention on one part of your outfit. You want your outfit to just be uniform and appear as one. So just don't go for very bold patterns and don't mix patterns. If you want to add a pattern, just go for one. And don't wear, for example, a stripe on top and then a houndstooth coat over the top. It's just too much. Go for one pattern, if for any. Okay guys, so this was my quiet luxury guide. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, do just leave a comment down below and I will try to come back to you. If you enjoy this type of content, maybe consider joining our little community. I would be very happy if you would stick around. And yeah, I am wishing you a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!